We're live.
We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show. So,
Our first Wednesday live show.
yes, we're going to see how well we do with this. We're just wanting to have fun, get to know you guys a little bit more, and just try to do a few different subjects. We are going.
Whoops, playback.
So we're also one of the things that we want to do is we want to try our best to make sure we're reaching out to you, because it's pretty hard when you're doing a live feed to get all the comments. So we're going to try our best to do all the live comments. More sunshine, please. Hey, thank you, Jim. You are a moderator
guys.
for us, so thank you so much.
Everybody.
Yes. So again, we're going to try our best to keep up with the comments, and that's one of the hardest things to do with the live feed. But we're going to wait a couple of minutes just to hopefully get a few more people coming on. We're not sure how it's going to do. Paul Wilgus, how are you? Thank you. Coming over from Traveling with Bruce, one of our cruising fans. So thank you so much.
We just got our new shirts and we posted the pictures up. So I think Bruce really appreciated that.
Yes. So a little bit about what we're planning on doing. We have just as many cruising subscribers as we do Disney fan subscribers. So what we're going to want to do, just because our next cruise doesn't come until December, that's a long way for us not to have any cruise related topics. So next week,
here sooner than you think.
yeah, it's about 3 months. It's under 90 days now. So what we want to do is next week we're going to do live. It's going to be called D&G Explorers Anchors Away. That's how you're going to know that we're dealing with cruise topics. We're going to start a new live feed for that. So that one should be exciting. We're going to announce what that topic is at the end of this broadcast. But all these little things popping up on the phone, all about the Buffalo Bills too. So hope you guys, the whole idea of this is not only to have cruise-related merchandise or topics and Disney topics, but also kind of bring the two communities together, because we don't want...
Bubba Ray Biscuit.
Hey, Bubba Ray Biscuit. We don't just want to be linked as being just theme parks. The name Explorers means that we are traveling to different areas. And when we went on our last cruise, we really fell in love with the Disney cruise. Now we're branching out to other cruises, and we would just want to share that. So those of you I know that are so into the Disney ones might not know anything about cruising, and vice versa. A lot of the cruising family might not know that much about Disney. So today, a little bit later, we're going to do our topic today will be comparing Disneyland to Magic Kingdom. Now, they are sister parks. They were built about 16 years apart from each other, but it's very interesting to just see the difference between what Magic Kingdom offers to what Disneyland offers. But first, we're going to go over, we have our giveaway that is for the 300 subscribers. We have that coming up on Monday. That's going to be...
mosquito in here.
That's going to be... I don't know about you guys across... Our mosquitoes are really, really bad.
Ectiv.
Hey,
Hey, Ectiv.
Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
Oh, and don't forget,
Oh, yes.
we do have a little bit of alcohol, so...
Not that much. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
First show. So
I did say
we do have the...
What was that? Ah! Wow.
We do have our 300 giveaway, which we are going to be drawing on Labor Day, which is...
That's a long giveaway.
A long way. It's going to be this Monday, so I have to work that day. Dilly dilly. I have to work that day, but when I come home, we're going to do the drawing. So in case you haven't seen it yet, guys, we are giving away park maps. This is the 25th anniversary to Disneyland Paris. This is the Magic Kingdom park map, and then also we have the Disneyland. Now we chose these because...
And that's actually coming up soon. Not the Halloween Haunted Mansion Christmas / Halloween Nightmare Before Christmas version was coming out. So that was a mouthful.
All three of these are sister parks. So we chose these because it's neat to compare them, like what we're doing tonight. It's neat to compare the different parks to see what's similar and what's different. So that's part of it. We have, of course, because it all started with a mouse, we have a Mickey Mouse stuffed animal. We have our little cup that
just
says
in time for
Hocus
Halloween.
Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus.
And I actually, as a side note, just bought the sequel book that they came out with. It's a Hocus Pocus all new sequel. So
that they won't make a movie of.
Yeah, probably not. So you'll have to put it in your own mind, but it looks pretty cool. So it's a direct sequel from the movie.
This is our $25 gift card. Unfortunately, it's just for the U.S. It is restricted just for that. But we're going to do the drawing on that on Monday.
Hey, Don, how you doing?
If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, like, and most importantly, comment, because from the comments, we are going to be choosing the winners from that. So please make sure if you haven't commented that you have commented. So that's what's coming up on Monday. So we're going to start these episodes with a little bit of news. So the first thing is Greg, you can get this at the newsstands, the grocery store, everywhere.
New life 90th birthday for Mickey Mouse, and they're actually going to be celebrating it with an ABC show on the ABC channel in November. I don't remember the date, but I know I've seen lots of posts about it on Facebook. So haven't had a chance to read it or anything, but it looks pretty cool.
It kind of goes through the different eras, like before Mickey Mouse. Like there's this one picture that Greg and I were laughing at, if I can find it real quick.
Oh yeah, it was hideous looking Mickey Mouses. It would scare the children back in that day, I think.
Thank God that Mickey's changed over the years, because this is some of the original Mickey and Minnie. That's just a little bit scary to me. But yeah, so this is at the newsstands now. You can find it. It's really cool.
Hey, Bob and Ashley, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks, guys. It's always cool to see Disney information, and I'm a huge Walt Disney fan with seeing what they have here. So definitely check that out, guys. How much is it, Greg?
Well, in the U.S., it's $13.99.
How much?
What?
I didn't even look at the price. How much is it?
It was $13.99.
Oh my God!
You bought it and you didn't know how much you paid for.
So
wow,
lesson we learned.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
even if it was $1,000, I'm sure he'd buy it without even knowing.
I thought it was like $5.99. So. Hey, thank you from coming over.
Thank you for coming on.
Yes,
definitely. To our show.
So get that book for $13.99. That was a nice shock.
It's Time Life.
Exactly.
No wonder.
So a couple things that
are
coming up in the news. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's been coming out on Facebook today. They mentioned that
the new hotel.
The hotel, but first let's do the Galaxy's Edge, the Millennium Falcon. Don't know how true this is. I'm sure we'll find out a little bit more. But they're saying that the ride capacity of it is not what they wanted. And I guess the ride, everyone has to work together.
Paul said $13.99 and don't choke on your beer. Too late.
I guess there's going to be 6 people that are working on the ride together. However, if you make a mistake on it, your ride can end very quick. So apparently Disney has been testing this, and at first they brought in like friends to do it, and I guess it worked pretty good. But then when they had strangers trying to work together, because they're not used to working to each other, the ride quickly ended. So they're saying...
Is it kind of like Mission Space?
It sounds kind of like it.
But even if you don't hit the buttons, it still does the thing, I think. I've never done it that way.
Yeah, they wanted to make this as interactive as possible from what the little news article said. But the problem is that it has a quarter of the ride capacity per hour than Pirates of the Caribbean. As you know, even if long lines of Pirates of the Caribbean, it gets a lot of people in there. But it has half the capacity per hour than the Flights of Passage. So that's already a long ride. So if you can imagine a new ride opening up, what those wait lines will be if it has a quarter of the ride capacity per hour than the Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't know if that means there's going to be delays. I don't know. They might be changing some of the function of it, because if you think about it, if you have that long of a wait and then you experience it and the ride isn't that good because it is short, you're going to be disappointed from that too. So the validity of this report, I don't know, but I'm sure you guys can go over there and check it out just to see. It's Ann Jordan, another one from the cruise. That is so awesome.
Hey, Ann Jordan.
Yes, the TWB family. If you guys There's a lot of people here from Traveling with Bruce. It's one of the cruising families that we
awesome.
belong to. We'll be discussing more about it next week on next week's cruise-related show. But
Bob and Ashley said the
awesome.
lines are going to be crazy, even if it did double what Pirates can do in an hour.
It is. It's going to be insane.
And Cargo Sparrow, hey guys, so good to catch you
Cargo
live.
Sparrow, hi.
Awesome.
Did we miss anyone? Because I want to make sure people are getting the recognition. We got Dawn from Just Out and About.
I think
Bob
Cargo
and Ashley.
Sparrow was the newest one that came on,
Awesome.
and Paul Wilgus also.
Awesome. Any questions that people are asking, so we make sure that they're getting all
No, they're
taken
just
care
kind of saying hi to each
Cool.
other.
of? All right. So again, guys, we're going to try our best to answer questions because I know sometimes on live feeds, people get lost in the questions, and we want to do our best to make sure everyone's getting comments.
Bubba
reply.
Ray said Disney Dish podcast reported the same thing about the Falcon ride. 6-hour wait followed by a 30-second ride would
Oh
be
my God.
rage-inducing.
That would be a nightmare. So the next thing is, this is for the Disneyland Hotel, the new one that they had planned to build, yes.
I don't think it's happening.
I don't know. I'm
They
actually, I
need
thought
to
they were.
reopen everything back up and give everybody their jobs.
So
Bring back the rainforest.
a little bit about that. In 2016, Disney proposed to build a new hotel, not in the current location that they announced last year at the D23 convention. It was actually a little bit further north, but it was still within the grounds. It was in a parking lot zone. I guess it's by the huge parking structure that they have there. Well, they had planned to open up, and they called it I believe it was the East Gate entrance. It was a pedestrian walkway on the eastern side of the park. And the Anaheim City Council and local business people complained about it because it was going to basically block the people walking into the parks.
Oh,
so
happy birthday, Rob.
is Rob there? Rob Fuzz?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Rob Fuzz.
just came
Welcome.
on.
Happy
so
birthday, Rob.
birthday.
So since they couldn't do the other Eastern Gate, Disneyland decided after
He said not my birthday. Well, whenever it is, happy birthday.
after the city council already approved a tax break. I believe it was like $260 million tax break. They approved of it. Disney, when they
January 30th,
changed
okay.
the location to where they announced it, which is right in front of basically the Disneyland Hotel and also where the monorail station is, they changed it. And 8 months later, just like in August, the city of Anaheim said, I'm sorry, we're not going to give you the tax break, $260 million tax break, because they moved it from a parking lot zone over to a shopping district zone. So I guess the city of Anaheim no longer gives the tax credits that they said, sorry, Disney, we're not going to do it. So Disney said, we're sorry, it's not economically viable for us to continue with this hotel. Really? Disney can't build their own hotel on it?
I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to comment.
Yeah, and really, I think it was just, to us, we thought it was just a game that Disney was playing, so City of Anaheim
please hit that like button.
would eventually say, okay, here you guys go. But apparently, yesterday, the City of Anaheim City Council met, and they said, nope, sorry, we're not doing it. We're not going to give you a tax break, because the original agreement was based on the hotel being in a different location. So,
Rob Fuzz is saying such a messed up thing. 26 million is 26 million. And ECDev, I think they were asking what we're drinking. What is the name of that again?
it is.
It's just the cup.
It's
but
a Blue
what's
Moon.
inside of it? No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. It's just water.
No, it's not. It's
It's
special
the
water
new
then.
Bud Light Orange. I don't know if you guys
can't
have tried
find it at many places.
No.
So it's very refreshing and
Yeah,
citrusy.
but Bud Light Orange. So, multitasking, dilly, yeah. So
Thank you,
Ann. We don't know what's really going to happen with it, but the city council said, no, sorry, we're not going to give you the tax break. And as far as we know, both parties are now saying we're not going to build it. So the sad thing is they closed Rainforest Cafe, they closed the ESPN zone.
AMC Theater. And the ESPN zone was the last ESPN zone.
Yeah, they probably had it in there
And
already.
they let I think schools and stuff take the memorabilia.
They did.
So if they tried to open it up again, it'd have to be a different
Yeah,
sports
so
bar.
what are they going to do? That's going to be really
But
interesting.
they still have the TVs going with sports newscasts and stuff. So maybe they weren't ready to let it go just in case, even though the memorabilia is gone. So who knows?
Yeah, and they also closed
It's a mess.
Earl of Sandwich. There was a Starbucks, and then it was a Disney Vacation Club shop that they closed.
Did you say the AMC theater?
Yeah, you said that. So
yeah.
a lot. So who knows? We actually did a vlog when we went, but the way we're releasing our vlogs, that probably won't be until November when we actually start releasing the Disneyland.
When the news is old.
Yeah. So, but who knows what's going to go on? It's still interesting to see what it looks like now with.
I agree,
with it.
Rob.
Yeah. So
He wants to get things back in order.
another thing we have is
Well, I want to bring up the Halloween parties because we kind of missed that, and that's my specialty is Halloween.
because it is August.
I go crazy with Halloween.
It's August, and what do? You think of Halloween.
Well, Walt Disney World is doing it earlier, and then Disneyland will be doing it in September. But they're doing it earlier, I think, so that people around the world have more chances to come and enjoy it, you know, and not have and money, and to enjoy it. Let's be on the positive side. And they want everybody to have a chance to enjoy it. So I don't have a problem with it. I would like to at least do it once. I've seen it on YouTube, not the whole thing, but I do.
We've
want to
been
see
there
it
the
once.
days they've done it. We've just never actually stayed to do the whole thing.
Well, that doesn't count.
We saw people in costumes. So this kind of goes along with as we go into our next subject, but this is the last
That's
part
right,
of our
Mom and Ashley.
news.
Never too early.
The so it's called in Florida. It's called the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and it actually started last week on 8/17. Actually, that's longer than that, isn't it? 8/17 it started, and it goes through Halloween night 10/31. It's 34 days.
People are already YouTubing it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I've noticed.
They did it. It was the first day. There were a lot of the people here. Bob and Ashley, I believe, were there the first night. They were. So it's 34 days that you can actually go to it. Disneyland, they started theirs. They haven't started theirs. Theirs starts September 19th, and it goes through 10/31. So they're only doing it for 17 days. So 34 at the Mickey's Not So Scary Party in the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World, and Mickey's Halloween Party is what they call it at Disneyland. So that's a huge difference in terms of the money that they're making. And you're smiling. What are we seeing?
Because Paul Wilgus said he was at the store and he saw Halloween candy already, which is true. And then Rob said, I went November 5th last year and Christmas wasn't 100% full force. It was rough, haha. So, okay. So, yeah, they start the holidays early around our neck of the woods in California. It's kind of crazy. You no sooner get over one holiday and you start another one.
That's right. Well, we were watching Christmas in
Sometimes
July.
they just skip it and go right to Christmas.
We were watching Christmas
Go
on the
from Halloween to
Hallmark
Christmas.
show.
Yeah.
The Hallmark Christmas movies. I think I recorded like 15 of them, so.
That we've already seen, I'm sure.
Many times. All right, there I go again with that little burp. Isn't it funny, like when you guys watch yourselves?
Oh.
I notice like in the videos, this is like me being real. I do a little,
Yeah,
but I
you're
think
being
it's just
real.
because I talk so fast that I get air in there and it has to come up. I don't know. I'm not usually a gassy person, but
Well, Bob
also,
and Ashley are asking, don't they sell some form of candy corn all year now?
I do, but it's the Brox or something like that.
Yeah, Cargo, Sparrow, a lot of my fellow Zandians go in August before our kids go back to school. However, I prefer winter months.
Yeah, Disney. We went to the Christmas thing in Walt Disney World, and we were sweating.
Your excuse, Cargo, it's okay.
So another thing about the difference between those two, there is a difference in Walt Disney World between a children's price ticket and an adult. They range anywhere from $85 to $135 for adults, $5 cheaper for the children. But if you book online the day before the event, then they're $10 cheaper. In Disneyland, there is no difference between a children's and the adult. Anyone 3 and over has to pay the same price. Their prices range from $105 to $130. The only discounts they give are there's 3 nights for pass holders, and they're all in September, and they can save $10. There are certain pass holder events for Walt Disney World, and they'll save $5. I'd have to log in. I'm no longer a pass holder for the Walt Disney World,
We haven't
so
done
I'm not
that
sure
in
what
a
dates they'll
while.
specifically have. So I'm assuming there's probably just a few dates that they're going to be doing it. So yeah, there's a big difference between the two. 17 days, 34 days. The cost is $105 to $130 for Disneyland, and if you book online, $75 to $125. So that's, you would think with them being the same company that they would run things so similar, but as we go through kind of on our notes comparing the two, you'll see they really are. And that's one of the big things. If you guys have had a chance to visit both parks, they are not like they're Disney, but they have that feeling like they do things completely different, and you don't know.
Hey, more Sunshine
why.
Breeze is on.
Oh, he was there from the beginning.
I didn't notice. Did I? I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's all
I'm
right.
trying to follow everybody. I was getting over a cold, so my voice is probably still a little robotic. So don't mind me if I miss somebody
you,
or
Rob.
something. So
Yeah. So yeah, interesting how they do things so differently. They both have their 8-hour events when you include the 3 hours before. In California, in Disneyland, they have 3 hours before the event that they can either go to Disney
Thank you,
California
Cardo.
Adventures, or they can go into Disneyland. In the Magic Kingdom, it's just the Magic Kingdom is all they go to because they're a little bit of a difference from the rest of the parks.
Paul says 3 and older paying adult prices is so cost restrictive for a lot of people. And it's very true.
It is.
I think that kids shouldn't be paying, or adults shouldn't be paying for kids at
Yeah,
an adult price.
and you think, why do they do that? One, Disneyland is more for local
That
tourists, not tourists, but local. A lot more local people. Local, a lot
Not
more.
loco.
They come to it. Whereas
Local.
in Walt Disney World, it's more of a traveling destination, so you get people coming in from all over. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, but yeah, it's a good point. To me, it's a little bit crazy that they don't give a discount for anyone that's 3 and up. But what's up?
I was just seeing what we have next.
Next is going into our topic of the day, unless we need to cover up something else that we didn't
Cover
complete.
up something?
Cover up. Are you covered up enough?
Oh, well, I hope so.
All right. So we are comparing Disneyland to Magic Kingdom. Now these are
That's true, Rob.
These are
3-year-olds
sister
eating a lot of
parks.
candy.
So meaning they're sister parks. Because a lot of times when you say, "Oh yeah, I went to Disneyland," but they mean Walt Disney World property, not even just the Magic Kingdom. They think you're talking about the other thing. So there's some people who really just don't understand the differences between the two. So those
I like
of you,
the Facebook posts where they show someone when your friend is talking about Disneyland or something like that, and they mean Walt Disney World, and there's like a picture of Robert Downey Jr. like with his eyes open, his mouth open, like, oh, one of you guys, you don't know what you're talking about.
what did someone said? Laugh out loud, Bob. What does they think? God.
Thank God for that year of Cargo Sparrow. Those 10, not sure.
It might be up further. So yeah, that's why we're doing this, because especially I know on Rob Fuzz's channel they've been talking a lot about Disneyland Paris and how it's different.
Yes, amateurs never get it.
We've been to Disneyland Paris. We didn't want to include it in this because that would be a huge marathon of subjects, but we will.
I don't even have 3D glasses on, and I'm getting like 3D effects of your hand.
We will
Huge.
compare rides someday in terms of what with the 3 parks we've been to, because we've been to Walt Disney World, Disneyland
Welcome
Resort,
back, Active.
and we've also been to the Disneyland Paris. So we're going to kind of compare what our favorite rides are, because there's one ride that we don't want to spoil yet that both Greg and I like the best. It goes under the water, and we'll leave it at that.
Oh, for Disneyland Paris?
Maybe.
Well,
we'll leave it at that. So, all right, you guys. So we're gonna get going on to it. How are we doing on
You're talking
time?
about the channel, right? No. I'm joking. Well, that one goes under the water, and that's before you even get to Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I
So
know what you're talking about.
a little bit about Disneyland. It was built July 17th, 1955. It's currently on 85 acres, but when they build the Galaxy's Edge, because Galaxy's Edge is going to Disneyland Park, it will be a total of 100 acres. So, Greg, how big is Magic Kingdom? Your cheat notes are on the left there.
My cheat notes. 107 acres.
And when was the park built?
10/11, 1971.
10-1.
Or 10/1. I can't read your writing sometimes.
So, I always like to, when I look at parks, I like to look at the history of it, what was going on during that time. So you think about it, in 1955, there was nothing around Disneyland Park when they built it. People would have to make a long trip just to get out there. There was nothing like but orange orchards. Quickly after the park opened, it was all the land around it was bought up by cheap hotels, restaurants, and that really frustrated Disney because it took away the appeal of stepping into a land where you're stepping away from it all, from the real world to the world that Disney wanted to present. Luckily, they had the berm, which goes around the park at Disneyland to help block it out. But when they did in Florida, as you know, it is a huge, huge resort. So that's part of the differences. So it's kind of compare which park is different. I like to look at it as what's unique about this park and special, and then what's unique about the other park. Because
I still like Disneyland over Magic Kingdom, even though Magic Kingdom has different things that they offer that Disneyland doesn't. And then you walk into Magic Kingdom and you expect things to be the same layout as Disneyland, and it's totally different. So Tomorrowland to me has a different special feeling to it, and then when you walk into Disneyland's Tomorrowland, you don't get that same feeling.
yeah, it's totally different.
It is totally different, but I like both parks, but Disneyland's the original for me.
Let's
it is the original.
Let's catch up on some of the comments to make sure we're answering them all.
Oh, there's not really any questions. They're just, everyone's kind of talking, just giving some comments.
Well, let's shout out so the groups can get recognized for participating.
Cargo's talking about how they're spending their money and what they choose to spend it on. So I agree with that. Do what makes you feel happy and what's fun. And Cargo Castle can't type, I guess, is what they're saying.
Dilly dilly, Cargo. Dilly dilly.
Welcome everybody, anyone that's come on here
Yes.
Within the past couple minutes. So we just like to have fun on our show, and I can be a little silly sometimes, but that's just who I am. I like to have fun.
A lot silly.
Okay. But so yeah, we don't want to be too serious. Just have fun, and that's what this is all about.
That's right. So all right, let's press ahead. So attendance last year, Disneyland's attendance was 18.3 million, and then what was it in the Magic Kingdom?
For attendance,
Yeah, it's on the left one.
20,450,000.
So about a little bit more than 2 million more. I want to say customers, patrons.
Yes.
Yes. There you go. Yes. Attend. Here we go again. Attend the Magic Kingdom. So.
Do I need to get you some Tums or something?
I think I need to be burped or something. Jeez. So what to expect when you arrive at the park? So I'm not sure if everyone's been to Disneyland yet, but because everything is bought around it with the hotels and the restaurants, when you walk onto Disney property,
like Dev said, Epcot and Soarin'.
when you get into in front of the Disneyland gate, behind you is Disney California's Adventures. They're probably 100 yards apart from each other. So that at one time used to be the parking lot.
Just to let you know, Rob, he does it even without drinking sodas or beer. So whenever we're live or doing videos, it never fails.
What, did I burp?
Yes, or whatever you want to
We
call
started
it.
laughing there. We were watching some of our videos of it, and I'm thinking, there I go again. I should do a little countdown.
Rob does it too, he said. So,
but
no beer.
You can, so it's interesting just to see how right across from Disneyland is another theme park. You can get to the park by walking. Obviously, they have shuttles off an off-site.
Come on over,
Disney
Cargo.
one.
We'll show you. We'll show you the ropes.
And then they also have a monorail. The difference is with the monorail here, from now where the closer to Disneyland Hotel, you can get on the monorail and it will take you inside the Disney park. It'll take you to it's a border between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. I don't think they can consider that Tomorrowland, but it's like right on the border. So it actually takes you inside the park, whereas the one in Florida, as you know, takes you to the park entrance. So a little bit different to expect than when you arrive at the Disneyland park. So Greg, when you go to, say you're arriving in car, what is the experience when you arrive at the car? What do you do?
When you arrive in the car.
Yeah, you're gonna have to probably look at my little scribbling to figure out. So you go into the parking lot, and then you make your way to the ticket and transportation center.
Yeah, it depends on where you're parked at. So
Yeah. Well, they have like shuttles which take you to the front. From the ticket and transportation center, what other options do you have?
the ferry or the monorail. My favorite's the ferry, just because I like to go over the water and visit the Seven Seas Lagoon. Because I love water anyway, so I like to take that. I think that's the best way, in my opinion.
To me, that's so unique, and it adds to the excitement and the
Something we don't
anticipation.
have, so.
Yeah, as you're seeing it, and the huge castle, which is in the distance, comes closer to you. Also, if you're on property, the buses take you towards the front
From
of
the
the park.
Contemporary.
Near, yeah, the Contemporary. Yeah, so there's different options. I guess you could walk, but that's a long walk.
Depending
Why
where
would
you're
you want to do
walking
that?
from.
Walk like to the Grand Floridian, and I don't know if you can walk from the Grand Floridian.
There's
over
enough
to the
walking
entrance.
going on when you're
Yeah.
in a Magic
But that
Kingdom.
would-
I think you're going to murder your feet if you
Yeah,
do it from where you're at. You might not
Don't
have any
do that.
feet left.
ride the monorail or take the ferry boat over. But so that's kind of the different experiences that you cannot. So you can swim in the water.
No, you can't. You'll get arrested
We-
and be kicked out of the Magic Kingdom and
We won't
Walt Disney
go.
World forever.
So the next thing is attractions. Now, you know what? This is like one of the hardest thing to do some information on. Disneyland tells you right away how many attractions they are. When you look at their map, it lists
According to
attraction.
them.
So they list them having 58 attractions. The
I
same,
like to see someone name all those attractions.
yeah, the same attractions they list for the Magic Kingdom, they don't list them the same way. So my best guess was that there is 45 attractions in the Magic Kingdom. And I looked like for 45 minutes trying to figure out, okay, here we go. I'll look at a map. No, but 45 is probably the best. So 58 attractions compared to 45. Disneyland does have more. The exact number of Magic Kingdom, I'm not sure.
Cargo said, "Oh yikes! You might come out with a hook for a hand if you swim.
Yeah.
So don't be swimming."
And then the castle, the Cinderella Castle of Magic Kingdom is how tall?
Well, I don't think we mentioned that Magic Kingdom has 45 attractions.
No, the how tall is.
But I'm going over the attractions too, and the castle is 189 feet.
So 189 feet is huge. So Disneyland, not to be outdone, in their huge castle
Too late for that.
is 77 feet. So 189 to 77 feet.
You know,
So-
growing up, I always thought that castle was huge.
It
We're
is.
seeing it on TV, but then when you go to Disneyland, it's like this small little thing. You walk up to it, and it just looks so small.
Well, with me being Hobbit size, it still looks tall to me, but
Well, that doesn't do anything for my vision. I can't help your vision. I'm sorry.
so we're
I'll
gonna
have
go
to piggyback
over
you or something to make it seem bigger for you.
exactly. So we're gonna go over the lands that they have because not all the lands are the same between the two parks. So in Disneyland, they have Main Street USA. The suspense.
I'm trying to read comments.
Here, I'll do it then. You can, if you want to keep up on that. In the Magic Kingdom, guess what? They also have the Magic Kingdom, Main Street USA. They have the magic in the Magic
Hence
Kingdom.
the Magic Kingdom name.
So they both have Main Street USA. They
Hey,
both
Florida fanatics, welcome.
they both have Adventureland. They also have Frontierland. They also have Tomorrowland.
Cargo said that her hubby calls them and a Hobbit also.
Oh well, at least I don't have to duck under things. I just trip over them.
Oh my gosh.
And then, so this is where the differences start to happen. In Disneyland, they have New Orleans Square. In New Orleans Square, they have the Pirates of the Caribbean, and they also have the Haunted Mansion. In Magic Kingdom, they don't have New Orleans Square, but they have Liberty Square, which is home to the Hall of Presidents and also the Haunted Mansion. And then they have a new show which started, which was Great Moments with the Muppets, I think is the name of it, which is actually really cool. I'm glad they have the Muppet show.
That one's a fun show. I actually like that.
And those 6 lands of the Magic Kingdom is it. They're done. So
we don't have Muppets at Disneyland anymore. They took them out of California Adventures, so you can still go see it at Walt Disney World.
Exactly.
And now they also have the new show at Liberty Square.
So the 7th land at Disneyland is Critter Country. Currently in Critter Country is Splash Mountain, and they have the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which used to be the old Country Bear Jamboree before they closed it at Disneyland. So they only have 2 things at Critter Country. They also have Mickey's Toontown, which is home. I'm probably gonna get these names wrong, but it's
I think it's
Roger Rabbit's Twisty Spin or something like that, and then Gadget's Coaster, and they had 2 meet and greets, one with Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, and then
I think they did have a trolley that also it looked like a wind-up trolley
that would move
and it
back
would go
forth
around the park of Toontown a little bit, but now it's just stable. It doesn't move anymore.
And then in the summer of 2019, Galaxy's Edge will be the 9th land of Disneyland. So 9 lands compared to 6 in Magic Kingdom, which to me is really interesting. But they only have 2 parks in Disneyland Resort, so there's going to be more, I would say, just because of there's only 2 parks there. But I always thought that was interesting how the different lands. So like when we go to Walt Disney World, like maybe once every 2 years, sometimes twice a year. But it's interesting for us because we go to Disneyland really frequently to see the difference. And
but
we like
this
seeing
year
the
we've only
differences.
gone once so far. So
Yeah.
we would like to go either in October or November. December is probably going to be unlikely for work and stuff. What are you pointing at?
The 2 cards there. That way you can keep looking at the comments. So, ticket prices. There is a difference between ticket prices of Disneyland to Magic Kingdom. So it depends the time of the year, the day that you go. They have value, regular, and peak tickets. So for a value ticket at Disneyland is $97. At Magic Kingdom, it's $102. So $5 more for the Magic Kingdom. For a regular day price, Disneyland is $117 and the Magic Kingdom is $14. So now Disneyland is $3 more expensive. During the peak season, Disneyland is $135 and Magic Kingdom is $122. So $13 difference between Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom during the peak season. And I think that would have something to do that there's less options in Disneyland. There's only 2 parks, so it tends to get crowded. So if it's that busy, they bump the prices higher to maybe turn people away from wanting to go.
Though. People still want to go.
Yeah, it gets a little bit crazy in there. And then the last thing that we're going to discuss is fast passes. I think this is really unique, especially if people have only been to Disneyland, for them to experience fast passes and other stuff like dining.
Hey, just out and about.
That's Dawn. She's back again.
Yeah, she's back. Thanks
So,
for coming back.
Fast passes. We're going to switch to the Magic Kingdom first. Fast passes you can book 30 days in advance and 60 days if you're staying on property. And I think you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, I think if it's a DVC, they also can do it. I don't know if it's 60 days in advance or something, but you can do it in advance. And you use the app from it to book, or the computer to book your options that you can do. In Disneyland, you cannot choose your fast passes until you're literally inside the park. So if you decide to pay $10 more on the Disney Max Pass, then you can do it through your phone, through the app. You can book your ride just like you can in Walt Disney World. If not, you have to go up to the attraction and put your card into the, just like the old way, and it would spit it out. But your information's on your theme park ticket. It's not like the old movie theater tickets. That's just kind of a gauge to do it.
They did that because people were giving away their fast passes, and they didn't want that. So it's to your particular ticket. So
it's some of the things is if you're trying to book your fast passes that far in advance, it can be a little bit frustrating if you forget, and then you try to book rides for like rites of passage. Was it flight of passage?
Hey, Tracy Dunlap.
Hey, Tracy, another
problem,
traveling with Bruce.
Better late than never, and you're not really late. So
they can do 60 days in advance, and sometimes you can't always get it. At Disneyland, a lot of people like that better because when you go into Disneyland, all your party has to be in it if you have them attached together, and then you can book it. One of the things I like about Disneyland, if you're in California Adventure, you can book a fast pass over for Disneyland without having to walk out of one park into the next because they're so close to each other, but you still don't have to do it. So those, to me, that's really amazing how two different completely systems that they are. Another thing which is interesting, and we dealt with the frustration on this, is dining. You can do it 180 days in advance for a restaurant in Walt Disney World. And we actually tried to do that at the Bell's Castle. I forgot what the name of that is. And we couldn't get it. We tried 4 a.m. We were up 4 a.m. in the morning trying to get reservations for it. And it was already sold out for dinner.
Well, the tip that we got when we went for lunch was a lady said that the night before that you want to go for dinner, they said call to see if there's any cancellations because that's your best bet of actually getting in for dinner. And a lot of people do cancel for whatever reason, so you might have a good chance of getting in
Coming
there.
back to it, definitely.
So that'll be a good tip to use.
Cinderella's Royal Home. No, it's not that one. It's the one with Belle.
It's the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
castle.
or he was commenting about the other one. Yeah, it's, I don't know why I can't think of the name.
It's Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest.
Cargo.
That's it. Yes. Disneyland, you can only do it 60 days in advance. So 2 months compared to 6 months.
Bob and Ashley said Fast Passes open at 7 a.m. now on app.
Okay. So yeah, the differences between the two parks are, to us, amazing, and that's actually why we like going to both of them, because one experience, people go, oh, you've been to Disneyland, why do you need to go to Walt Disney World? And vice versa. I think people who come from Walt Disney World and then they experience Disneyland for the first time, what do you think their feelings are about it? Like, are they let down? What do you think the mentality of it is?
I think they expect different things from the different parks. So what you might get in one park, you're not going to get in the other. They might expect the same thing, but it's not always going to be the same. Hey, Bombs Rock. Thank you for coming in.
I don't have my glasses. I can't see
your glasses.
My glasses. Thank you. Welcome.
Another big change that's coming up. We kind of already did something for this. It's just not posted yet. But I don't remember the day in September. But Bugs Land is going to be closing. So I think it's like the first week of September. It's after Labor Day. I have a friend that works at Disneyland, and they said that they believe it's after Labor Day. So they're going to be closing that down and making way for whatever they're going to call it for the Marvel area. I guess they can't actually use that word Marvel for legal purposes, so I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's going to tie in with the Mission Breakout, which used to be Tower of Terror. So it's going to be exciting to see what they're going to make out of the Bugs Land Theater. And it's also going to be sad to see it demolished and everything and changed. They are going to take one of the rides. I think it's the Flick ride. It looks like a bunch of cardboard boxes, and they're going to change that
Chinese
into
takeout boxes.
Yeah, they're gonna turn that into an Inside Out ride and put it in a new Pixar Pier area. So they're kind of just recycling that ride. From what people were saying, they're just gonna retheme it. So that'll be something fun. Hopefully they leave a little bit of the Bugs Land around just as
They
you know,
usually do
remembrance
some kind
of
of,
it.
yeah,
So
they usually do. I think Florida Fanatics said some of the rides look better at Disneyland. We're actually, in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing another Disneyland type show, and we're going to be talking about what our favorite rides and how they compare. So the same rides in Disneyland and Magic Kingdom. And
hey,
actually,
Kyle's vlog, thanks for coming
yes,
in.
thank you. And some of the rides at Disneyland are in different parks in Florida. So we're going to compare those rides to see what's
And Bob and
different
Ashley said that some of the food and snack options at Disneyland seem really good. There are, I think there's some different snacks that we have that they don't have at Walt Disney World. I know Disney Tokyo and I think Shanghai, we've looked at their types of treats and snacks,
really
and
interesting.
they're all different themed and creative and everything, and it's like, why can't we have that kind of stuff over here? It's
Well,
really
the one
cool.
big difference
So
is
we'd like to go there sometime.
Disney does not own anything on the Tokyo Disney. Tokyo Disney completely owns that. That's the only park that Disney does not own. They just own the creative rights for it. So that also might add something to that too.
Bubba Ray Biscuit said, "Oh no, you're talking my language. Bubba loves to eat."
We did when we filmed. They had yellow snow that we tried. The snowman's yellow snow.
Yeah,
So-
let's clarify that now.
So don't eat the snow where the huskies go.
It's the adorable snowman. They changed it from the abominable to the adorable snowman. But it's a yellow snow, and we got the one with the raspberry
And the blueberry.
middle, or the blueberry in the middle, and it was really good actually. So
I think it was raspberry, but
it was a good cool treat for a hot summer day.
And then, like, one of my things, which is unique to Disneyland, is they have it in Cars Land. They have a kind of like a breaded waffle cone, and they have the mac and cheese in it. We actually did a vlog on that on the Halloween one. It was spicy, and it had the mac and cheese in it. And we wondered if it would make our poop green, or my poop green.
Oh wow! Did you just say that live? TMI, people, TMI. I don't even know what to say after that. So Kyle said that I haven't been to Disneyland in over a decade, but the biggest difference to me was how classic everything is. Storybook Land, Mr. Toad, Alice. Don't get that at Walt Disney World, and I agree with that. That's sorry, my mind's still on what you said. They are very classic rides. Last time we went on almost all of the dark rides, and that was pretty fun. Just to go on those once in a while. It's not just for kids. We have a friend that actually has, I think, the original picture of the original Evil Witch from the Snow White ride before they changed it, and he showed us the old one from the new one, and the old one seems a lot more hideous and scary looking for kids than the new one. I mean, it was a little, much for kids, but those are some really good rides. Although the end of Mr. Toad, I don't really like the ending of it. Not a very happy ending, but it's nothing like the movie, so just watch the movie and it'll be okay.
Yeah, Jim, More Sunshine Please. I don't remember, to be honest. I didn't check. He asked, did it change?
Oh, well.
Where did the show go to?
But I have seen some Facebook blogs where they do say, because we're on that subject, for medical purposes, the different types of what it looks like and stuff, it does tell you about your health. So, I'm being serious. It does. It tells you what your health means, like your health status and stuff. I know what I'm trying to say.
This is bad as the subjects that happen.
Look what
on,
you started.
Traveling with Bruce. Some of the subjects that they get into, it's...
Anyways, moving on.
So I think that's everything that we have to compare. Is this new to you guys? Have you heard a lot of this stuff, or was this like interesting for you?
Except for the last 5 minutes, I don't think it was very
that was
interesting.
real.
Sorry, but that was a little too real. Some things better left unsaid. Didn't they go over this in the old Body Wars ride? I never got to go on that, but I think we'll have to watch a YouTube
Apparently it's
video
still there. They could just hook it up and plug it in.
No, it's all gutted out, and they have just the simulation area, the ride and all that's gone from what I was told and what I saw.
Kyle's vlog says he has the same vision one. I think it's that one. That's cool. I like it. It looks like it's a ghost. There we go again. That's like 3 times now.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that, so I don't know if anybody has any questions or comments or anything fun to share, but we just kind of set everything on our agenda and stuff. So
a few things. One, next week, as I said, we're rotating our shows. Next week is going to be D&G Anchors Away. We are going on the Norwegian Bliss with a YouTuber group called Sea Cruisers, which we're very excited about going. We've been following them for a long time, and we're going to experience a group cruise with them this December.
My first non-Disney cruise.
Mine too.
But I'm going to be comparing it to Disney because I don't think there's anything like Disney.
So next week we're going to kick off the Anchors Away one. So we're kind of do the same thing. We'll have news to kind of kick off the show, and then we're going to go over the subject. Next week's subject should be interesting for everyone because we're going to be doing Disney cruise or Disney parks, because the experiences are so unique. And I hear a lot of people like Morty Mouse saying that, oh, he wants to go on a Disney cruise so bad. Well, this is a good chance to figure out, is it right for you, and what is the differences?
Oh, thank you, Kyle. Bob and Ashley, we almost did the Bliss in Alaska a few months ago. Nice new ship. I want to do a Disney cruise to Alaska so bad. I think it's the wonder that goes out there.
At least for now, until they build the new ships.
It's expensive, but if you save up, your dream can come true.
So I
want to make that come true.
Part of the cruising thing is we're going to compare different stuff, but we also, like, for people like with us, this is going to be our first experience with Norwegian. Our actually next cruises are going to be on Norwegian, and then we're going to be sailing on the Disney Fantasy at the end of next year. So we have a few cruises lined up, but a part of that is learning as we go along.
That's right,
what
Kyle.
are we experiencing? So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys who are Disney fans look at maybe if there's cruises that you are interested in. Is this something that you would like? But I think next one to kick off our Anchors Away segment is going to be fun with that.
I think it'll be fun sometime. Anyone that can afford it, that we set like a weekend, and anyone that wants to come out to Disneyland, even if you've been to Disneyland or haven't, we all just get together and have like a YouTube channel Friends Weekend. Well, not a shout out, a YouTube Friends Weekend where we all go to the parks and have fun and get to know each other, in person. That would be something that we'd have to plan ahead for, but I think that would be cool.
Yeah,
so
definitely that would
something
be fun.
to think about and look forward to at some point.
So another thing too, guys, I want to thank all the moderators that we have that's helped out tonight, and just our other moderators which didn't make it on. Really appreciate you guys helping
thank you
us,
everybody
and
for
supporting
watching.
us. Yeah, there's so many good channels out there, you guys. Disney channels. It's a huge Disney family as well as cruising family, and we split our time equally amongst Disney channels as well as cruise. I don't say cruising channels, but it sounds a little bit too adultish. But
thank you. Just out and about. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Don. So we spend so much time doing both that it's really interesting, and hopefully you guys get to see we call it being addicted to cruising. Hopefully you guys get to learn a little bit more about it, that it might be something for you. And it's actually, there's a whole range. We always go for verandas or balconies, which brings the cost up, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So hopefully you guys follow us on our journey. Greg, do you have anything else that we say? We're coming up on 53 minutes. Is there any questions that people had of us?
No, not really.
They didn't get sick and throw up over the comments?
No.
We are going on the Oasis of the Seas in November. Awesome. Who Oasis of the Seas? Which company is that? Is that Royal Caribbean? I'm trying to think. I know Ann Jordan is going on one, and I can't think of what it is. Royal Caribbean. Okay. Yeah, those are, if I remember right, those are some huge ships that they have. Oh, is it Norwegian? There we go. It's like 5 now.
We do have our Facebook for D&G Explorers, and I think our names are actually on that Facebook. So if you want to join our
It's
DNG,
under DNG Explorers.
Yeah, our DNG Explorers Facebook, and you see our names in that Facebook, and you want to add us as a friend on our Facebook, that would be awesome too. And we can kind of swap notes and video notes and things like that. And that's another way to get to know our viewers and things like that. I don't mind doing that at all. So that would be kind of fun to do. But we do thank everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you, Paul Wilgus.
Thank you, Florida Fanatics.
Was saying that it's a Royal Caribbean. So I think it's so cool that there's cruising people. It sounds so funny to say that. There's people that
like to cruise on cruise ships.
There you go. At the cruise ships. And the Disney ones are coming together. So that's really awesome. So thanks, guys. I think that's about it. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
No,
Don't forget the giveaway, guys. Don't forget the giveaways.
Thank you, Kyle.
Park Maps. This is our giveaway, 300 subscribers. If you haven't already made comments on it, we have that. We have, again...
Thank you, Paul.
You have the $25 gift card. You have the little happy Mickey Mouse. You have the Hocus Pocus. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus.
Inside of a cool gift bag. I thought this was really awesome. It has all kinds of different characters, and I just like the blue, so it's really cool.
So that's being done. Drawing will be... We're going to go live on... I'm going to say New Year's again. It's Labor Day. God, what is it with me in a new year? Labor Day. We're going to go live with it, and we'll announce the winner. We'll do a drawing and to announce the winner on it. So make a comment, please, because that's where we're going to choose it.
Like, subscribe, share us. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. And comment.
And with that, Explorers, remember, as
Walt Disney said,
we are just getting started.
Have a good night.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.